and welcome to Inspiring Change, the interview series where I get the amazing opportunity to talk to the members of the Wellness Universe, people who are out there every single day making a positive impact on the world, and today's guest is absolutely no different. Please welcome Jenny G. Perry. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing absolutely great. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's a long time coming for this interview.
It did, but we're here, and that's all that's important. So tell everybody what your Facebook page is and what is your mission behind it.
Okay. Well, I have two Facebook pages. One is called Peace, Love, Joy, Sparkles with Jenny G. Perry, and then the other one is my author's page, Jenny G. Perry. And my mission is really to uplift, inspire, and empower. I'm all about self-love, but it's, it's the whole mind, body, spirit connection. I feel like self-love is a really easy concept to preach, but when you're doing everything right, it's like, oh, I love myself. But then when you eat the whole entire chocolate cake or you yell at your kids or whatever, then you really have to practice it. And at one point I thought, you know what, I think I've manifested all these mistakes, so it was like that much harder to love myself. And so I think that's the key to healthy relationships. And really, self-love is like the chicken or the egg. It's like, which comes first, self-love or happiness? Because you can't really fully be happy if you don't love yourself. And if you're happy, you will love yourself. It's like that.
Right.
So I'd say self-love is my mission, but it's really for people to be authentic. Being yourself is just the best.
Right.
You have to love yourself to be yourself, though, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's, I think, one of the most inspiring things about people is people that like literally just walk in their truth and are like, here I am, mistakes, flaws, perfections, triumphs, failures, all of it. It's me, because, I'm human. So it's a beautiful thing. And I think you're absolutely right about the self-love, because it's hard to be able to walk in that when you're not feeling that. So is that something that you do on your page? Is that what you help people build up?
It's funny because when my book, Sex Pot with Stretch Marks, came out, people were like, oh, you're so brave because you have a picture of you in a bikini with stretch marks. And it's like, that's not brave. Like, I'm not saving people, it's like I'm not a fireman or anything. But to them, it's so brave. And it's like the idea that we shouldn't love our bodies unless it looks a certain way, which is like fleeting. So it's like 5 minutes of your life. Or you can look at your body like it's a miracle. And that's, we're all a work in progress and on a journey. But that's where I try to, share what I learned. And sometimes I'll just get like those, those downloads where I just like let something come through so that I can hear it. And then I'm like, I know somebody needs to hear that. Mm-hmm. And people probably that don't get it, that don't have pages or whatever, they might think it's all about me. And sometimes I'm just like, I'll just write whatever comes to me. And it's just like, and it's such a yummy feeling because you're like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like, I did not know that. And I love having my page to go back to look at, where I'm like, oh my gosh, 3 years ago, that's what I was thinking. And you think about like, oh, I know what inspired that. So that's like taking all the contrasty stuff and then using it for good, getting your own wisdom out, passing along to other people. So, and that's what I love with my coaching, is that I love being able to like, not just feel like I'm narrowed down to one area, but kind of like the whole wellness spectrum. Because I don't know. Whenever I'm too labeled, then I feel like, oh, I don't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, not everybody has that mission or that desire to want to share what they've learned. Is this something, have you always been the sharer? Have you always been the inspirer? How did this come about?
I think people would, like, when you talk to people, they're like, oh, we feel like you were always like this. And I'm like, I certainly was not like this. But it's like, because you know what was going on in your own head. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm 38 now. So, like, in my early 30s, and in my 20s, late 20s to early 30s, I just had such anger inside of me all the time. And not that I don't still get angry at my kids if they're like punching each other. I still get mad. But I was just like angry and judgmental about myself. And so I had lost weight when I was 27. And then it was like that armor fell off. And I was like, I really don't like myself. And I was like, this is really stinks. So whenever somebody thinks it's about weight loss or it's about getting a job, more money, partner, whatever, it's never that. It's like, find the happy first, then you get the stuff. And so I was kind of like, because of really not liking myself so much, that kind of like, in the early part of my 30s, it was like, I got to figure this stuff out. Like, I want to feel good. I want to feel connected to myself spiritually. I want to have the best life. And I knew it wasn't going to come from the outside in. And I was a queen of people pleasing. And then secretly resenting people.
Right.
And like,
I did this for you. Why? Right.
I know. And I wanted to be liked. And if someone didn't like me, I would like almost like do whatever I had to get that person to like me. And what I realized from an energetic standpoint is that if you're an empath, when you're around somebody that doesn't like you, even if it's on the internet, you can feel that much more intensely than somebody else that maybe has a shell left. So that was my goal always, was like, I just wish I could be less sensitive. And, but now I see it's such a gift, because then you can be a healer. You can, connect with people on such a deeper level, and you can connect with yourself, and you always know what you're feeling.
Right.
Which is a good thing, because you're never repressing anything. So I see it as such a gift now, but it wasn't until, a few years ago that I would have felt comfortable speaking my truth. And when I first started it, like, I started it as Peace, Love, Joy, Sparkles, because I didn't want to put my name onto it. And it was like, oh, well, if I put my name on things, that's ego. And it's like, why would you write a book and then not put your name on it?
Right.
But so I kind of hid behind it. I even at first hid behind a blog, and I was like kind of like posting it, and I was like, I don't know, I'm scared, like I'm scared. I did have some friendships change, when I became more outspoken, and just like really being authentic is threatening to some people, because it's like, that's dangerous. It's
right.
like, I may catch it.
Completely.
So it's been a remembering of who I feel like I was as a child in a way, but it's been like a reinvention, a cultivating. It's like that kind of remembrance on a soul level, but then creating it where you're like, yeah, what do I really want to be like? Like, if I didn't care what anybody thought, what would that be like? And I love being able to express myself. That's the fun of creating the posters, writing the things. It's so fun.
Well, that's what I've always loved. Yeah, no, that's what I've always loved, and why I've loved your page, and why I've always, sought you out in the beginning. We super connected because, well, besides being a firecracker, I mean, you just really are. You are your truth, and you don't make apologies for it, and that's a beautiful thing to be. And if you could just tell everybody where they can find you, so they can feel the same great energy that it's bouncing off of the screen right now.
I wish I could hug all of them.
Right.
I'm a good hugger. I'm just short. That's all. I might need to get up on a stool.
You're just vertically challenged. Come on.
Exactly. I know. I'm 5 foot. People are like, on the internet, you seem taller.
Yes, I do. I would think I seem smaller, like on a computer screen, but okay.
So on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I'm Jenny G. Perry. And you can find my page, Peace, Love, Joy, Sparkles, with Jenny G. Perry. And my website is jennygperry.com. Keep it very simple there.
Right. Thank you on behalf of everybody for doing that. I wish that we can continue this conversation, and hopefully we can, because you have so much to share, and you really are a positive impact in the world, and I thank you for that, and so does the Wellness Universe.
Really do. Thank you.